Um, Global warming and extinction of species, everyone. Um, yes, I was about to do this particular rant a few weeks ago. I'm so prophetic. Uh, when the doorbell went on that one day that I actually had, it was possible, it was otherwise quiet enough to do something. Let's hope it gets easier after this. And I was about to do another one on rape and assault. Uh, um, Again, a bit prophetic with what have with the protests, and then of course with the with what again, everybody who knows anything knew this about that one nominee in the United States. Nominee for president. Well, anyway, again, if you've ever watched, for example, the Academy Awards, you know that the United States are experts on silly nominees. But anyway, uh, I haven't been able to do anything. It is impossible. Well, let's hope I can get this done now and get into my stride after this. So anyway, firstly, a few happenings of the world, and again, I'm not a newscaster, and I'm not trying to tell anybody what's going on. I'm simply acknowledging what's going on to, so to speak, save my soul. And that's again just using an expression of something. It is not meant to be a religious, the expression and predates any modern religion. So please, it's not religious. It's the idea of doing something for yourself so that you feel that at least you've empathized. So anyway, I understand that things are as awful as ever in Saudi Arabia for women, in Russia for the LGBT community, in China to any human rights activists or labor activists, and in Iraq, for everybody. I understand that Google has given up any small pretense of some shred of protecting people's privacy, and Viktor Orban has said very many stupid things as usual. Now, the Hungarian Prime Minister, he must be, Viktor Orban must be the worst person in Europe. And as you can well imagine, that's up against some pretty stiff competition. Again, he hopefully, all of us who know anything, we have spared a thought to all the victims of the Hungarian insurrection, and Imre Nagy. But again, before communism, Hungary was under Austrian Habsburg rule, and I understand that their nobles, the Hungarian nobles at that point, whoever they were not treating their people all that well. So again, like some other countries, Russia is the first one that comes to mind. Hungarians seem now they have this Orban idiot and railways going through his little hometown. Hungarians do seem to be they seem to have difficulties in getting their things in order. They seem to end up with very poor governments, whatever happens. And of course, they are the Hungarian language is related to Finnish, to the Finnish language, and I feel very warmly towards Hungarians. I'm so sorry that they are continuously, that their things are so messed up. But anyway, the only intelligent thing that Orban said was that Europe needs strong, independent countries and national states. That is absolutely true. But again, he didn't say it for the right reasons, and everything else he says is absolutely awful. Anyway, some good things from the world. I understand that the Venezuelan Congress is trying to put Nicolas Maduro on trial. Goody. Let's see if it happens. The French Senate has recommended that the country experiments with basic income. I understand Spain is aiming to have 100% renewable energy. That again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's what all of us should do. But now for my principal rant, and it's again, I believe me, I'm prophetic. I mean, I was about to do this just when Elon Musk then opened his trap for SpaceX, trying to get more funding to and the elites enthusiastic about conquering Mars, and everybody followed. Then pretty much all the progressive community went, yay, and that's our future, and it is important. It should be one of our goals, and a lot of writing about Mars, and of course what NASA and other instances are trying to do when it comes to Mars. And I think there was some story about Barack Obama wanting, but I didn't read that because, again, I'm so sorry. He's an intellectual and he seems like a nice guy, but again, I mean, he's been a useless president of a major country and a total traitor to the progressive cause, and I mean, because he so to speak authorizes it, he's one of the greatest mass murderers of all time because of drones and other all this other stuff. So I mean, he's, he should be a good guy, but he isn't. So I don't really follow what he does. I don't, it makes me sad. So anyway, but all the talk, well, it was unanimously and among progressive people was yay, woohoo, and I'm sure that somebody else has said this many times, and somebody has dedicated their life to this. You know what I'm about to say, but it hasn't come to me, and I have to say this. All right, that I totally and utterly disagree. All right, we have absolutely no right to try and go to other planets or leave our whatever galaxy, solar system, where whatever they're hoping eventually to do, even though we're probably not going to survive a decade anymore. So eventually doing something doesn't really seem I don't know, appropriate to discuss at the moment. But anyway, well, I guess it's the old idea. It's the idea that we should, let's say that you are just, as a single human being, you should be raised somehow. You should receive some sort of upbringing. And before you know a little bit how to behave, you should not really go out in the world. And you might say that, I would like to take that and use that on mankind. In no way, in absolutely no way, have we, the mankind, have we in any way proven that we should survive, that we have the right to, leave our planet and leave our solar system and start messing with the rest of the universe. I mean, we've been doing so poorly. Again, if you take the actual timeline of the universe, I mean, we've existed for a nano part of a nanosecond, and we've managed to pretty much destroy this planet. Now, again, we've filled this planet with trash. We've littered every place on this planet, and then we've moved. I mean, wonderful. We went to the moon, and we managed to leave huge amounts of trash there as well. And our atmosphere is full of crap. Our orbit is all the time we're trying to come up with methods how to clean all this junk that is orbiting the planet, because of all sorts of silly things that we've done. We've done nothing but destroyed and littered every place where we go. Probably we've already there already is mess from here in Mars already, and they're only starting. And if you think where we are as far as our level of civilization goes, I mean we're totally barbaric. There's been some technical progress, but that's all. The situation where we are at the moment, it's exactly the same where we've always been. We have a bunch of people who have more than they could ever have needed, and people who live in total poverty. Elon Musk, I think he has over 10 billion. He has over 10 billion. He says that at the moment to send somebody to Mars would cost 10 billion. And at the same time, about 50% of the United States that he is now a citizen of lives in poverty. 10 billion. Total poverty. You have to understand, this is surreal stuff. This just simply is. And it is the situation that you have people who have billions even though they don't need it, and they certainly don't deserve it, that is then inherited by their children. And you have people who live in total poverty with rusty water pipes, if any water pipes. That's pretty much the same situation that you had before the French Revolution. Everything just goes around a circle, and mankind doesn't change at all. And again, I'll be going to all that, but you have the wars, killing, torture, rape, blah, 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 blah. And 70% or something of the planet still believes in imaginary tales of some greater being or beings who've created them. We have absolutely no right whatsoever to try and go and spoil the rest of the universe. Absolutely none. We have proven, so far we've proven that we're not worthy. Let's see. Anyway, I just had to, again, get it said.